Clear, right? Well, actually, no. Another way big food companies trick our brains into eating more is via artificial sweeteners, which are literally everywhere in today's food, in candy, ketchup, pudding, and canned food. They can also be found even in so-called healthy food, in whole grain bread, granola, Greek yogurt, and so on. According to researchers from George Washington University, roughly 3 in 4 packaged foods and drinks in the US now contain some kind of added sweetener. Besides being super addictive, they also may trick the brain into feeling hungry, especially if you're a woman, according to Dr. Kathleen Page, MD and Associate Professor of Medicine at University's Keck School. In other words, against your will, you may be developing an addictive habit of eating for 2 persons at the same time. That's truly horrible. And that's why trying to keep up a diet is an uphill battle you're always going to lose. Imagine somebody hooked on cocaine trying to overcome their addiction by eating salad? That's nonsense. And I think you've got the point. Today, food companies have invested heavily in designing products that use addictive ingredients, such as sugar, fat, salt, or artificial sweeteners, which bypass our natural appetite control mechanisms and hypnotize us to eat more. And after they encourage us to eat all day long, they blame us for getting fat. It's your fault for eating all that bad food, they say. It's your fault because you're late eating or binging. It's your fault because you didn't keep up with the diet. Like you, I was a victim of these dishonest crooks myself. But I'm here to tell you one thing and one thing only. No, it's not your fault. So please stop blaming yourself for something they tricked you into. These corrupt food companies, executives with souls darker than midnight, want us to eat all the time so they can rack in higher profits and buy a bigger yacht. Meanwhile, we get fatter, we get sicker, we get more miserable. Fortunately, there is a simple way out of this. And in a minute, I'm going to show you how you can effortlessly end this dangerous food addiction, which alone could help you hit your wildest weight goal sooner than you may think. But first, please hear me out. What if I told you that you can go on a really high carb, high sugar, junk food filled diet and yet still lose weight? You'd say that I'm crazy, right? Well, in fact, this is how both me and my wife lost more than 40 pounds of toxic, stubborn fat with 0 effort and 0 restrictions. So if this makes me crazy, but it can make you slim, then yes, you could say I'm crazy. Let me explain. Have you ever heard of the infamous Twinkie diet? In 2010, Mark Halb, a well-respected professor of human nutrition at Kansas State University, set out to prove something seemingly impossible: that you can lose fat no matter what kind of food you eat. To do this, Mark went on a crazy 10-week junk food diet. We're talking stuff like Twinkies, Little Debbie cakes, Doritos, Oreos, you name it. Guess what happened? He lost over 27 pounds and his body fat dropped from 33% to 24%. He slashed his bad cholesterol by 20% and reduced blood fat almost by half. So how did he manage to lose so much weight? Without any special exercise or special diets? Was this just a lucky fluke? A 1 in a million event? Well, not at all. Many other people going on weird or extreme diets manage to lose insane amounts of unwanted fat every single day. Fast food. A high school science teacher from Iowa lost 37 pounds in 90 days by eating only McDonald's food. Potatoes. This guy, who you can check on YouTube, went from 334 pounds to 117 pounds after eating, yes, just potatoes. Pizza. For 222 days, this man ate over 320,000 calories worth of delicious deep dish pizza. Look how great he looks. Ice cream. This guy went from 192 to 160 pounds in 14 weeks while eating 2,000 calories worth of ice cream every day. So how can someone lose so much fat, all while eating the foods that were supposedly to be having the opposite effect? Are these people more special? Well, as a matter of fact, yes. They have something you don't. Yet. An unfair advantage. Something which you could say forbids fat to form, no matter what or how much you eat. something which I'm about to reveal in just a couple of very short minutes, so you can benefit from it and lose an insane amount of fat and completely change your life. So what makes them so special to eat whatever they want and still lose weight? Try as I might, I had to admit I couldn't crack this by myself. I needed help. So, with all the mountains of research and evidence I gathered, I once again turned to Charles Robert, the one who helped me with the test at Stanford University's world-famous Human Performance Lab. You see, Charles wasn't just a lifelong friend, scientist, and a specialist in weight loss with more than 20 years' experience collaborating as an independent medical researcher with top universities from all over the world. He was also at the end of his career, suffering from an incurable disease which gave him just a couple of years to live, maybe. I explained all about my discoveries regarding the eating habit switch from the 70s nobody in the mainstream media talks about. I told him about all my findings regarding the addictive substances crammed in today's diet. And of course, I asked him, how come some people who went full on junk food diets not only did not put on any extra pounds of fat, but instead managed to lose tons of weight? He smiled understandingly and told me, I'm at the end of my career, and soon I will pass away. This is life, so I might as well share my secret with you, as they cannot hurt me anymore. I was very intrigued. What was he talking about? Then, Charles told me something that would change my life forever. The secret of all these people who ate tons of junk food, yet still magically lose weight, is in fact no secret at all, but in fact is the effect of a group of rare and special substances and amino acids these people are naturally blessed with, which boost up their metabolism and allow them to transform fat into energy. Therefore, no matter how much they eat, they keep their body weight in perfect balance. And while 99% of the normal people unfortunately lack these high-octane substances in their bodies, the good news is that anyone can take the shortcut and add them to their diet and achieve the same results. A faster metabolism, which would help you burn more calories even while at rest. He also admitted that today's food is purposefully designed to be highly addictive and trick people into eating more. But then he told me that in fact, scientists have already found a group of special ingredients which tell the brain directly to stop the sensation of hunger. Basically, this would mean that anyone can easily and effortlessly eat no more and no less than their body requires without excruciating diets or extra willpower. This was truly incredible. But that was not all. Since Charles had nothing more to lose anyway, he told me about other incredible ingredients as well, which can power up the body to burn excess fat 24/7, suppress food cravings for good, and can help anyone maintain a perfect weight for years, if not decades. All this sounded too good to be true, and in some respect, it was. As Charles added that all these powerful and effective fat-burning ingredients cannot be patented by any company or anyone. So there's no way for a pharmaceutical company to profit from any of these natural substances, unless they chemically alter it and turn it into a drug, and the FDA approval process can take anywhere from 10 to 15 years. This is why the big weight loss industry spends billions of dollars every year suppressing the release of natural treatments, blocking research, and incentivizing the medical profession to dish out drugs which do absolutely nothing when it comes to weight loss, rather than encouraging them to recommend effective, fat-burning natural ingredients that work for us, not against us. It all finally made sense. But why hadn't any doctor or weight loss guru told me about this before? Why wasn't it in the news? Why weren't the US Department of Health or Weight Watchers or any other of the hundreds of organizations that claim to be dedicated to help us lose weight and improve our life and health shouting this from the rooftops? And then Charles opened my eyes one more time. Money. Everybody benefited from us getting fat. And the awful truth is that we pay twice for being obese. First, when we buy that junk food, and later when our health suffers. Naturally, I was angry. Disgusted even. After all, the people we rely on to make us healthy were only interested in profiting from our pain and misery. when, as Charles told me, there was an undeniable scientific proof that in fact, there already existed a group of safe, effective, and 100% natural ingredients that can help